Hey guys, it is not Jake here on Jake's channel because, as is always with Jake, he has technology issues. So I am filling in for him only because his computer doesn't work again. I am sitting today in my 1994 Chevy Corsica. It is currently sitting in the parking lot at my work because someone broke into it in September. And since then I've parked it here. It's not my daily. I fixed what they broke into and how they got into it. New locks, new everything, but it still just sits because it does need some work. It's the GM OBD1 V6. It's got the 4T60E automatic transmission because the car was $400 and I'm not picky and I really don't care if it's a stick or not. And I needed a car like the day that I went out and bought it because my 95 Corsica had died and we were moving in a week. So anyway, today, we are going to reprogram the engine computer. For those of you playing along at home, yes, the hood is popped. The car is parked in a bunch of snow. I literally used a shovel to scrape it off because the paint is trash. I had a battery isolator on the car to make sure the battery no longer goes dead from a micro USB cable being stuck. Today's hardware on this beautiful storage unit of a car. We have this monstrosity. It is a Chinese ALDL OBD1 to OBD2 plug that I chopped an end off of. It is then wired into this Arduino, shoot, what's the name for it? It's one of those programmers that you can use to reprogram the Arduino when you bricked it. It's an FT232RL for the brain. It's a, shoot, I am blanking on what the name of this thing is. It's a TTL adapter, serial to TTL. It presents itself as a serial port to the computer. It gives TTL data. It's plugged into a USB extension cable. And this thing is super useful because there's a bunch of USB-based apps that let you talk to the engine computer of anything ALDL, which is the GM assembly line diagnostic link programming tool. The cool thing about these 94s and 95s is they have what's called ALDL 1.5. Now, as I plug stuff in, the cool thing about 1.5 is this was GM testing the idea that you can field reprogram and update the engine computer. So I am going to wake up my work laptop. It's a lot nicer. The other end of this is plugged into a USB to USB-C adapter, only because I want to be able to plug it into my phone as well. I'm just clearing my desktop. Nobody wants to see my work stuff. So here's my work laptop. It's plugged into here. Now, what's really, really cool, and I apologize for swinging my camera around. I don't have all the fancy equipment Jake does. I'm going to stab this set of keys, which includes my Ford Focus keys, into the car. I'm going to turn it to on. Now, there's a free program called Tuner Pro RT. It is, what is it, shareware? Is that the word for it? So you can pay for it, you don't have to. I probably will at some point just because of how useful this thing's been. With Tuner Pro RT, you can upload a copy of your car's engine management software, which I've already done. And you have pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of things you can change on this thing. The manual versus automatic transmission flag is literally a 1-byte flag. You can change tables, you can change ignition timing, you can change everything. It's kind of nuts. So on this car, I've already made my changes, and the cool thing about Tuner Pro is the fact that it actually saves all of your changes to a text file right alongside whatever you've done. So here's my list of stuff. I've been playing with it a lot, just poking around with stuff. The reason I am reprogramming my car, at least right now, is because I have a faulty EGR and a couple other faulty things. It's not my daily. I really don't care what it is. There's no emissions testing in Minnesota, but I don't like that stupid check engine light coming on. And this is actually a test also. I've made a couple small changes in the in how the automatic transmission is supposed to understand shifting, because I think I've got a failing torque converter clutch, and I'm just going to ride this thing out till it explodes. So anyway, you can make the changes in Tuner Pro, but then how do you get the copy of your engine computer, and how do you up and download the stuff to the car? That's where two different pieces of software come in. First is TunerCat's OBD, what is it called? TunerCat's OBD Reflashed ALDL. It's available for free on their website. They've got a 30-day trial. However, I'm cheap. There's a piece of programming called CrackLock that lets you make a piece of program think whatever time it is. So I am using it. It thinks it's currently July, because that's when I first started doing stuff. Set up COM port, COM 8. Oop, come back here. Now I will end up buying this program too. It's like $30, so don't just cheat yourself. I am going to grab vehicle information to make sure my cable's working. See, look, there's my VIN. It knows everything. It knows it's a Corsica. It knows my restraint system. Yes, there's one airbag. My engine type, my model year, where it was built, and what car in '94 it was. So, I've already made my changes. I've got 23 days left. I pick my file, which is this one called test, which is the one I've been making all the changes to. Connect the PCM interface cable to the computer and the diagnostics connector in the vehicle. Turn the ignition key to the on position but not running. Interrupting the programming process can damage your PCM. Close all other programs, including virus checkers. Disable any screensavers. Disable all power management. Whatever. So, here we go. Lock cycle as a way of it proving that everything's good. Now, here's the scary part. As it says, it is erasing my car's engine computer. Should something go wrong in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I am going to have a bricked car. That all being said, engine computers for this car are relatively cheap. I think I found them for as little as like $12 shipped on eBay, so I'm not too worried. The big thing that everyone says you need to worry about when doing this is you need to make sure you have a genuine programming cable. There's like 30 different ways you can make one of these. You can buy Chinese knockoffs of FT232s for really, really cheap. But when a genuine one is $10, don't cheap out on it. I don't want people going, hey, I just bricked my 94 Caprice. I don't even know if you can program a Caprice. But I don't want people going, hey, I just bricked my 94, 95, V6, whatever it is. Yes, this works with F-body Camaros. Because they went and they bought the $2 FT232 off of eBay instead of the $12 FT232 from someplace like Adafruit. So yeah, please don't be an idiot. Don't skimp out. I don't want you bricking your car. I can brick my car. It's a spare. I brick everything. So there's a good possibility that this will brick. There's a good possibility it won't. And I'm also doing it with the door open, which you're not supposed to do because technically it puts a drain on the car. But all of my interior lights are toast, and so is the interior in general. So I really don't care. Okay, now the big thing is this is going a lot faster than the last time, so I'm kind of concerned because last time it took like 10 minutes. But we've got like 1 bar left, and we'll see what happens. If it's complete, the fan should kick on to let me know. And I do believe I just heard it kick on. Let's go check. There we are. Alright guys, moment of truth. Everything seems to be happy. You shut the car off. You start it. That misfire is actually normal. Alright, and like I said, my car is misfiring because I've got some other issues with it. Oh, shoot, let's connect it. Connect. That's about it. She works.